going on YouTube? We're here. Welcome back to Noob to Pro Warframe Season 3. Something I didn't do last season was sort of go over the Earth faction that is inhabiting the planet. So that would be Grineer, and what the Grineer are weak to is puncture, corrosive, viral, and radiation damage. I didn't mention that. Should have mentioned it, but I didn't. I already covered these elemental types in Season 1, but I figure when we're going to the planets where they are, I may as well cover them. So in Venus, this planet is going to be the Corpus. You would have fought them in your Mastery Rank 1 test, and you probably have no idea who they are. And what they are weak to, because they rely on shield, is you can do extra damage to shields with magnetic impact and cold damage, but you can totally negate their shield and just attack their health with toxic and viral damage. So a good combination to go for. If you want to get rid of shields is magnetic. Magnetic is useful in some cases. It's kind of on the weaker side because you just be destroying their shields, and if you have a weapon that does pretty decent slash damage, you could put magnetic on it so that their shield would go away, and then you can just attack their health. When it comes to your basic damage types, obviously you're going to want to be using impact. I do know all factions have a weakness, a neutral, and a resistance to attacks. So if I am not mistaken, and I don't have this pulled up on Google or anything while I'm recording, I'm pretty sure the Grineer are, let's say, super effective neutral and not very effective because I play a lot of Pokemon. They're super effective to puncture damage. They're neutral to impact damage, and they resist slash damage, or slash damage is not very effective. When it comes to Corpus, impact is super effective. Slash, I think, is neutral. And then puncture they have a resistance to, and for the infested, they have slash super effective against them. I think impact is neutral, I think. And then puncture is resistant. I don't know, whatever one I didn't mention, that's the way it go, but that doesn't really matter. You want to be using what's most effective anyways. So again, magnetic gets rid of shields, impact damage does extra damage to shields, cold damage also does extra damage to shields, but if you have some toxic and you can make viral as well, then you can just totally negate their shields, but it's all about how you want to play and your play style. So Venus is a planet, like I said, in which the Corpus are the controlling faction. You have a boss on this planet, which would be going into next episode. Another thing I did not cover in Earth was the resources, so when we do go back to Earth, I will be covering the resources and sort of the best way to farm them and stuff like that. But the resources on Venus would be alloy plates, polymer bundles, circuits, and Fieldron samples. This is also home to the Mercury Junction, which is only on Xbox One because they're destroyed on the other relays. Venus is the second planet a player can unlock. Venus becomes accessible by defeating the Spectre in the Venus Junction on Earth after completing the required tasks. The assassination target on the planet is the Jackal, located in the mission node Fusa. Jackal drops the component blueprints for the parts of the Rhino Warframe. Again, we will be covering that in the next episode. This is also home to the Orb Valis, the second open world to be added to Warframe, which consists of the Corpus open world. Which, again, open worlds will be going into a little later down the line, because if you jump into these now, you're going to be overwhelmed, and there's a lot of grinding when it comes to open worlds, so I think I started going to open worlds around, like, Mars or, like, after that. And when you do go over to the Venus enemies, so I don't know how I'm going to word this, but there's Venus enemies. There's Corpus Techs, Crewmans, Moas, Mine Ospreys, Oxum Ospreys, and Shield Ospreys. There is also new things that you wouldn't have found before, known as Dark Sectors. Invasion missions, the Infested will always appear as an opposing faction during invasion missions. We'll be covering all that later. I'll be covering spy missions, all that stuff later on. I don't know when, maybe when we get to like tier 3. I don't think I've ever covered tiers either, which I should probably do. There's a lot of things I'm realizing I should do, but there's these places called Dark Sectors. And on Venus, the enemies you will encounter there are Chargers, Leapers, Volatile Runners, Larber Crawlers, Toxic Crawlers, and Ancient Disruptors. If you have no idea what this means, well, let me explain to you what this means. Dark sectors are parts of the star chart uninhabited by most civilizations. So basically, these were places before that. Back in my day, clans could claim this place to give rewards to players, and they would get like benefits and stuff like that. So basically, these are places that have infested. They are the infested regions of these planets that you'll be seeing later on. And you can go here and not know anything about infested, but there is also a story-based mission type that explains the infested, but you know, that doesn't really matter. This is a cool way to explain like how they got into the world and sort of some lore against them. But I'm gonna go over some drop chances and just some, you know, like what's happening on Venus. On Venus, the two nodes for dark sectors are gonna be Malva, which is a survival, and Rumala, which is a defense. Both of these missions will give you 10,000 credits upon completion of the mission. This means if you're going onto a defense, that's going to be 5 waves, and on survival, that'll be 5 minutes. This also gives you a 10% resource bonus, which will give you extra resources, like an extra job chance by 10%. This will give you an XP bonus from kills by 10%. You will have a weapon XP bonus, so some weapon XP, 5% bonus XP towards your rifles. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because these places are super important, and they're super good for getting credits early on before you unlock the index. They are good for leveling up certain types of weapons. So let's say you have a 10% for rifle kills, right? And you want to level up your rifles. You'd go there with the rifle and only your rifle and get some damage points. There is a place later on in the game, besides Pluto, or pretty early on, known as Sedna, Ceres, I think? Yeah, known as Ceres, which is one of the earlier planets, like sort of almost mid-game, like getting towards the mid-game area, so like halfway to the halfway point. This place gives you very, very good amount of credits and stuff like that, but then the next best place would be Pluto. But anyways, that will be the sort of enemies you'll be countering and the rewards and stuff like that. And if I go over the tier list for rotations, stuff like that, to explain what you guys can be getting from these locations. So for rotation A, B, and C, if Warframe did not change the rotation tables, I don't think they did, you will have to be in a place for 20 minutes, 20 waves, whatever it is, just 4 variations of a round. So with that being said, you know, rotations go A, B, C. So you get 2 things of the common rewards, B, which is going to be uncommon, and C, which is going to be rare. So if you want to stay there for about 20 minutes, 20 waves, that's the best way you're going to get rewards. So for the defense missions on rotation A, I don't know if I'll have pictures for this. I might not, I don't know. For rotation A, you're going to get Fast Deflection as a mod, Magazine Warp, Trick Mag, and Fatality. You're also going to get Ammo Drum, Fast Hands, Rush, Pressure Point, and True Punishment, all as mods, and then some relics here and there. These all share a 7.37% chance, 7.59% chance. Ammo Drum, Fast Hands, and Rush is a 7.37%. And the rarest thing on rotation A is going to be Pressure Point and True Punishment. Which are going over to rotation B, the mods you'll be getting, and these are mostly all mods. You'll be getting Blunderbuss, No Return, Pistol Gambit, Point Strike, Pressure Point, Ravage, Speed Trigger, and Target Cracker, Vital Sense. These mods all share an 8.43% chance of getting, so these will be the ones you'll be getting more often. Going into the rare mods, we have Fast Hands, Hornet Strike, Metal Auger, Piercing Hit, Point Blank, Reflex Coil, and Serration, plus all of the relics, all sharing a 1.58% chance of getting. And the rare mods are going to be Fury, Quickening, and True Punishment, sharing a 0.67% chance of getting. the drop chances in this game have always been bad, so I would explain what these mods do, but if you go into your codex and you look up mods, you can basically look up the mod, but I don't have to explain these to you. You can also Google them if you really want to. I don't want to go into in-depth on each and every single mod because that would take forever. Later on, we will be doing that. Rotation C is where you're also going to be able to start farming a little bit of endo if you're not getting it from enemies. Getting endo is super important, so if you're able to get endo, super good. Credits, also super good. The best credit farm in the game, besides, you know, later on boss fights in the Orvalis and stuff like that, would be the Index. Later on in the game, towards one of the very last planets, is going to be your endo farm. So endo is going to be very scarce in the game. You also have like Itan sculptures, stuff like that, which I should also probably explain when we get to Mars, because that's when you'll be able to do that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. Rotation C, you're going to get 50 endo. You're going to get 2 mods known as Heat Discharge and Hellfire. And these all... There's also some Meso Relics. These all share a 7.59% chance of you getting it. You can also get 80 endo, Barrel Diffusion, Intensity, Molten Impact, Streamline, and some Neo Relics, all sharing a 1.84% chance of getting. And again, the rarest things you will be able to get would be Endearing Strike, Life Strike, Quickening, Thunderbolt, and True Punishment, all sharing a 0.4% chance of getting. Again, that was for the defense if you lost track there. So now we're going to go into the survival, which is going to be a little bit better for rewards, I think. But again, you can watch back this video, look up these mods in your codex in-game, or you can Google it. I'm sorry if I'm talking a little fast or a little slow. It's going on for a while. If you want to skip, I'm sorry. Rotation A, you will be getting 500 credits, 1,000 credits, 1,500 credits, or 2,000 credits, 15 endo, 50 endo, and 80 endo, all sharing a 14.29% chance of getting, which is a little weird that you can get 500 credits or 2,000 credits with the same chance. It's a little weird. On rotation B, the mods you'll be able to get is Hornet Strike, Incinerary Coat, Intensity, Parry, Serration, and Steel Fiber, as well as Lith Relics, all sharing an 8.33% chance of dropping. And in rotation C, you can get some more Lith Relics, as well as Quickening and True Punishment. The Relics have a 12.91% chance of getting, and Quickening and True Punishment have 11.28% chance of getting it. So that's going to be your basic sort of understanding for Dark Sector rewards. And I don't know if these are just for Dark Sector. I'm pretty sure they are, but like normal defense and stuff like that, they might offer the same rewards. Not too sure. Haven't looked into that, but basically on Ceres as well, these will be the same draw tables as well. So this only goes for Venus and Ceres. So that's probably going to be the end of this video here. Hope you guys did enjoy. This one's a little longer because I had to go more in depth on explaining things. There's probably not a lot of pictures explaining things. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. Maybe I'll throw in some images of all these mods, get some more editing in there. But hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next video, and see you guys.